Hey, you guys, it's Shawnee from Shawnee Shop, where we slay the day every day. And today, we're going to be using some fabric, but not an apparel. We're going to be using fabric on a tumbler to make this gorgeous patchwork tumbler from start to finish. And this is my first time making a tumbler like this, you guys, and I am beyond excited to show you guys. So let's get into it. So these are the materials that we're going to need for today's video. So the first material that you're going to need is, of course, your paintbrush. And this is the brush that I'm going to be using, this flat brush. You're going to be needing some Mod Podge, of course. My tumbler of choice is a 20-ounce straight tumbler. Also, some scissors. And then you're going to be needing a bunch of different fabric, different designs, whatever you want. There's a bunch of different fabric. So once you guys have all of that, let's get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating pretty much like a base for my tumbler. So I absolutely fell in love with these cute little pumpkins. So this is what I'm going to use for the base of my tumbler. So what I'm doing first is I'm pretty much making like a template. So I measured out the tumbler that I'm using. So it comes out to be about 9.4 by 8.3. And that sticks in my brain permanently from doing sublimation, you guys. But so that's my measurement for today for my base of my tumbler. So here I am making some measurements so that I can cut it out. And yes, I was using my painter's tape to make sure my lines are as precise as I can get them. So let me just show you guys how this lines up almost perfectly. So this is going to be such an amazing base for my tumbler. And you guys, this is my first time ever doing a tumbler like this, but I had this inspiration from seeing Patchwork vinyl, and rather than just buying a vinyl, I'm like, the creator in me, let's make it my own self from scratch using my own fabric. This happened to work so well in my favor because I had so much fabric to choose from. This is a perfect way to show you guys that you can use whatever materials you have to create such a gorgeous outcome. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm taking my different fabrics and I'm making different shapes in them, some rectangular, some longer than others. There is no rhyme or rhythm, but what I am doing is I'm using my painter's tape and I am creating the shapes before just going in and randomly cutting. That way I am making sure my lines are as precise as I can get them. But can we just look at how stinking cute this fabric is? Of course it was going on a tumbler. And this witch did not see it coming, but she is coming with me. And for this tumbler, you definitely want a variety of different fabrics because if you have just one piece or two pieces of different fabrics, it's not going to give that patchwork effect. The more fabrics you have, the better. So once we have all our fabrics cut out, it is now time to move on to the next step. So now we are going to take my base fabric, which is this gorgeous pumpkin fabric, and we are going to take this Mod Podge and paintbrush. So let's open up this Mod Podge, which gives me so much scares from the first time I ever went live, and the Mod Podge just went all over the place on live on my first time going live in front of everybody. Like, how crazy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to paint our first initial coating of Mod Podge onto our tumbler. Yes, you're going to want to give this a nice, generous coat. Try getting this as smooth as possible, but get a nice, generous coat because you're going to want this fabric to stick to something, okay? So take your fabric and stick it right on. Make sure it is going the right way and make sure it is positioned correctly because I mean, it's not a big deal because this happens to me plenty of times of me putting on my fabric either landscape when it was supposed to be portrait or putting in portrait when it was supposed to be landscape. It's okay. It is manageable to take on and off, but if you can save yourself the stress, why not? So after you have your initial coating, you are going to flap your fabric on over to the left and lay down some more Mod Podge. So that's what you're going to do, and what you're going to do after you lay down some more Mod Podge is you are going to then stretch your fabric over again and start stretching it and making sure it is nice and flat, and repeat that process until your fabric is covering the complete tumbler. For the seam, because you know we love a beautiful seam. Seamless over here, you already know. That's when you are going to lay on some more Mod Podge, and it's okay if you head on over the seam. It is okay because Mod Podge dries clear, and we are going to be covering the entire tumbler in Mod Podge at the end. So do not worry if it goes over the seam. So that's what you are going to do, is you are going to stretch the fabric as much as you can, laying it flat, unlike this booty, because that is just not what it is giving. But for this tumbler, we are making sure it is nice and flat and smooth. So now it's time to apply our other fabric. So this part is going to get a little messy, but it's one of those trusted processes. So what we are going to do is we're going to lay a little bit of Mod Podge down onto our tumbler and pretty much just start laying down our pieces of fabric. And oopsie daisies, it fell. But here we are sticking it onto the tumbler and laying it flat as much as we can. Like I said before, the cool thing about Mod Podge is not only is it a sealer, but it also dries clear, you guys. So yes, you can just paint over it and then it will dry completely clear. I don't know why they call it Mod Podge when they really should be calling it Hannah Montana Podge, because it lives the best of both worlds, being a sealer and it dries clear. Like, okay, can we just talk about it? And wait, actually, it lives more than a double life. It lives a triple threat. It is a sealer, it is an adhesive, and it dries clear. You guys, this is a triple threat Mod Podge. I don't know, Mod Podge. I think you guys need to put me on because I just discovered that you guys are a triple threat, baby. You better stop putting that on your bottles to advertise because the people need to know. So like I was saying, you're going to want to just repeat the process for all your fabric that you have cut out. And if you guys run out of fabric, cut some more and start laying it on one by one until you are happy with how your tumbler is. And like I said before, you guys, I know this can get a bit messy, so make sure you are wearing some gloves because Mod Podge is going to be everywhere and it is going to be sticky. Okay, so tell me now, you guys, isn't this just the cutest match of fabrics? Because I was going with the whole spooky vibe, and then I found like some like black floral in that black bandana fabric, and it was just serving. So after you have all your fabric on, you are going to want to give your top and bottom of the tumbler a snippety tip, and take your paintbrush into your Mod Podge and stick it right on inside. Yes, and get your mind out the gutters, but stick it right on inside and take your finger and pretty much give it a nice lay down. Like, make sure your fabric is laid. So do that to the top and make your way to the bottom because there ain't no way you are missing the bottom. So take your paintbrush and do what I said to do to the top. Stick it on inside, wedge it, do whatever you gotta do to make sure your fabric is nicely sealed. These are for the people that always see me making my tumblers and not glittering the bottom. So what I'm going to be doing for the bottom is something pretty cool. So get ready for it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint some Mod Podge all along the bottom of my tumbler. And then I'm going to take my cute pumpkin fabric and stick it on, press it down nice and flat, and then what I'm going to do is flip it upside down and cut along and making the fabric nice and smooth to the bottom of my tumbler. So now you guys, after the bottom is on and all your fabric is on to your desired liking, you are then going to take your Mod Podge and just start brushing it all over your entire tumbler completely, you guys. Like, make sure everything is covered because you want everything to be sealed. And I know it is painting on white, you guys, but do not worry because it will be dried clear. You guys know me over here at Shoni Shop. I will show you the receipts and the proof because without that, you are a liar. So let me show you that it is covered and it is white right now. So I'm letting it sit overnight and now it is morning and look how gorgeous and look how sealed this is laid. It looks like the tumbler came like this, okay? It is even shiny too, you guys. Like, what? So now it is time to move on to epoxying. And you already know I'm using my favorite Diamond Magic by Myra. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down this epoxy. And this epoxy is from Maker Flow. And it is their fast set. And it is absolutely amazing, you guys. Talk about a fast cure and amazing results every time. So what you guys are going to do now is I'm going to lay a very little bit of pinches of this beautiful glitter from Myra Makes It. It is called Jack, and it is the perfect glitter for this tumbler. So here I am adding a little bit here, a little bit there, and just smearing it all over my tumbler, you guys. And if you guys haven't shopped with Myra Makes It, use code Shawnee Shop and snag you some goodies because you are going to fall in love with all her gorgeous glitter vinyl, UV DTF, you name it, she's got it. Look how gorgeous the result is, you guys. This glitter was not only perfect for this tumbler, but it was exactly what I was looking for. The Diamond Magic is doing its Diamond Magic job, just shimmering all over the place. All this fabric is so stunning under this epoxy. Let me just zoom on in so you guys can see all these details, you guys. I am absolutely obsessed. From the gorgeous floral to the spookiness of this tumbler to the gorgeous bandana. You guys, I know I'm saying gorgeous, 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 but that's what this tumbler is serving. And of course, this witch is happy as heck to be on this tumbler. Can we just appreciate that glossy, shiny finish? The bottom of this tumbler has me gagged. And if you don't know what gagged means, in the drag world, it is absolutely amazing. This tumbler came out not only exactly what I envisioned, but I am so happy with the results. Now it just makes me want to make so many different more possibilities with so many different color fabrics and designs. So you guys, all I know is I want to see what you create using fabric. So until next time, you guys, as always, slay the day every day. Let me know what you guys want to see next time on my channel. Shawnee out. Mwah.